In this video, I am going to talk about elementary particles and how these elementary particles are classified. What are elementary particles? Let me briefly introduce them. These elementary particles are called subatomic particles. We know atoms can be divided into subunits. These subunits are called as basic particles or fundamental particles or subatomic particles, and they are the very tiny particles and they are smallest known particle, and they do not have any substructure, and they form the or they build the universe. So they are called as building blocks of the universe, and these smallest tiny particles are responsible for the fundamental constituents of the matter and their interaction with each other, and they do not possess any internal structure or they lack any internal structure. So, they are considered to be zero dimensional points and they do not take up any space in the universe. According to standard particle model, the two fundamental elementary particles are termed as leptons and quarks. In universe, more than 200 subatomic particles are found, but we cannot find them in low energy environments. They are highly unstable. So you can witness them only in cosmic ray showers or in the particle accelerators at high energy environments. Okay, so quickly let me tell you the journey or the discovery how the elementary particles were discovered in the past. So the very first elementary particle known to mankind is electron, which was discovered by J.J. Thomson in 1897 in his famous uh, experiment, the passage of electricity through gases, that is a discharge tube experiment. So after some 20 years, in 1919, Ernest Rutherford discovered proton in his artificial transmutation experiment. Then in 1905, the next elementary particle, photon, was theoretically predicted by Max Planck. Then it was experimentally proved also. And in 1930, Dirac suggested there might be a theoretical existence of another elementary particle or an antiparticle of a electron, positron, may exist theoretically by his relativity theory. In 1932, while doing artificial transmutation experiment, James Chadwick discovered neutron, and in 1932, the theoretical protection of Dirac was experimentally found by James Anderson in his cosmic ray shower studies. And in 1931, Wolfgang Pauli suggested another elementary particle, neutrino, to conserve the violation of parity in beta decay process. In 1947, Yukawa and his co-workers suggested a new elementary particle, mesons, so which was later named as pi mesons, which are found to be inside the nucleus. The next elementary particle, mu meson, which is found in 1937 by Anderson and Neddermeyer again in the cosmic ray showers. In 1947, Rockster and Butler discovered the heavier elementary particle, K mesons and hyperons, lambda hyperons, in cosmic ray study showers in cloud chamber. So these K mesons and hyperons are highly unstable. This is the very brief journey how these elementary particle discovery happened in the past. Now let us classify elementary particle. We can classify elementary particles based on two criteria. The first criteria is interaction among the particles. The second criteria is spin nature of the particles. On the basis of interaction among the particles, elementary particles can be divided into two groups. Since this gravitational force is the weakest of all the forces, we ignore their effect on the elementary particles. So, by neglecting the gravitational force, we can classify elementary particles into two types, one as a leptons, other one as a hadrons. So, the lepton particles include electron, positron, neutrino, antineutrino, negative mu meson and the positive mu meson. These lepton particles interact with other particles through electromagnetic and weak interactions. The hadrons, heavier particle. Leptons means the lighter particle, hadrons means the heavier particle, which includes nucleons, mesons and hyperons. These three or the hadron particle interact with other particle through strong electromagnetic and weak interaction. So, what is the need to study the interaction of the particles means? So, during this interaction, we could see these elementary particles obey certain conservation laws. So, which keeps the universe also follow certain conservation laws. And we could also witness their mass energy conservation, linear momentum, angular momentum, spin conservation. By studying these elementary particle interaction, we can understand how these elementary particles are produced and how they decay into the smaller or a different particle, or how they transmute into one elementary particle to another elementary particle. The next classification is based on spin, which was a widely accepted classification. So, this is a simple tree diagram how these elementary particles are classified into two. So, the elementary particles are predominantly classified into two types. One is bosons, other one is fermions. So, again these boson particles are classified into massless bosons and mesons. Photons and gravitons come under massless bosons, and these mesons have three different types of particle: pi mesons, k mesons and eta mesons. Again these pi particle have three different particles based on their charge state, and k mesons have 4 particles. On the other hand, fermions can be classified further into leptons and baryons, and these lepton particles include electron and its antiparticle positron, negative mu meson and its antiparticle positive mu meson, neutrino and antineutrino. On the other hand, baryons can be further classified into nucleons and hyperons. Nucleons include proton and neutron with their antiparticles. The hyperons, the heavier particles, include 4 different types of particles: lambda, sigma, cascade and omega hyperon. Okay, so let me tell these particles in detail. What are bosons? We know bosons are the particles which have a spin integral multiples of H cross. So, that means 1 H cross, 2 H cross, 3 H cross, it goes on like that, and they obey Bose-Einstein statistics. And they do not obey Pauli's exclusion principle, and the total number of bosons in the universe is not conserved. That means the number of bosons present in the universe will not tally with the number of anti-bosons present in the universe. Hence, they are not a conserved quantity. So, the bosons which are further classified into massless bosons and mesons. So, massless bosons, why are they called so? They are massless because their rest mass is 0. So, that is why they are called as massless boson, and they are subjected to electromagnetic forces only. That means they decay or produce or they interact with other particle only through electromagnetic forces. And the massless bosons include photons and gravitons. We know photons what they are, and they are simply an electromagnetic radiations. Photons are electromagnetic radiations whose energy is given by E equal to h nu. And the gravitons, we know the gravitons are a hypothetical particle or an imaginary particle. So far, we have not detected this graviton in any experiment. The next classification of a boson is mesons. So, mesons are heavier particles and they are very strongly interacting bosons. They interact with other particle through strong interaction. They all have a spin of 0 and their masses lie intermediate between the mass of a lepton and a nucleon. So, they interact with other particle predominantly by strong, weak and electromagnetic interaction. And meson particle includes eta mesons, k mesons and pi mesons. Eta mesons, it is a singlet particle which is a neutrally charged particle, and k mesons, they are due to their charge nature, they are 4 in type: k0, k0 bar, k plus and k minus mesons. And pi mesons, we know how important they are. They are the particles which are responsible for the strong nuclear forces inside the nucleus. Again, the pi mesons are found in triple states or triplets: pi plus, pi minus and pi 0. The next category is fermions. The fermions are particles which have their spin of half integral multiples of h cross. So, obviously they will obey Fermi-Dirac statistics and they obey Pauli's exclusion principle. The total number of fermions in the universe is always conserved. That means the number of fermions will be always equal to the number of antifermions present in the universe. So, fermion particles includes leptons and baryons. So, the leptons, the lighter particles, leptons means lighter particles. These lighter particles are weakly interacting fermions, and they particles which come under this lepton category are electron and its antiparticle positron, negative mu meson and positive mu meson, neutrino and its antiparticles. As I said, they are lighter particles and they have their mass lesser than nucleons. And they interact with other particles through electromagnetic and weak interactions. So, the heavier particles, commonly called as baryons, they interact with other particles through strongly interacting fermions, or they are called as strongly interacting fermion, and they interact with other particles mainly through strong interactions, and they have the rest mass greater than that of the mass of the nucleons. Yes, they interact with other particles chiefly through strong, weak as well as electromagnetic interactions, and these particles are heavier than nucleons, and heavier than nucleons are called hyperons, and they are highly unstable. So, under baryon category, you have two types. One is called nucleons, other one is called as a hyperons. The particle heavier than nucleons are called hyperons, and they are highly unstable. They are only detected in cosmic ray showers. There are 4 types of hyperons. One is an lambda hyperon, which has its rest mass of 180 times the mass of the electron. The other one is sigma hyperon, which has its rest mass between 2320 to 2340 times the mass of the electron. Cascade hyperon, which has its rest mass 580 times the mass of the electron, and omega hyperon, which is very heavy, which has its rest mass 3284 times the mass of the electron. Hadrons. Baryons and mesons are also termed as hadrons, and they interact with other particles through a strong interaction. Then we have another category of particles called strange particles. K mesons and hyperons are called as strange particles. This is because they interact with other particle through strong interaction and they decay through weak interaction. Generally, if a particle interacts with another particle, I mean if they are produced or formed through a strong interaction, they will decay only through the strong interaction. Their formation and decay will happen in a same interaction. But in case of this K mesons and hyperons, the interaction takes place through strong interaction and the decay mode goes by weak interaction. And the time of formation of these particles is around 10 to the power of minus 3 second, and the time of decay is only 10 to the power of minus 10 second which is very small compared to the time of formation. So this discrepancy was was not at all solved till now. So because of this unsolved mystery existing, these particles are called as strange particles. K mesons and hyperons are called as strange particles.